What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the shop. It is a rainy, miserable day here in eastern Pennsylvania, so I figured what better to do than to get out into the shop, have a little wood turning therapy. And just to make things a little more interesting, I played a little wood turning roulette. In that, I just walked outside and grabbed whatever caught my eye first. And we have a bit of a challenge, but how could something like this not catch your eye first? This is some Eastern red cedar, really beautiful stuff. However, this guy is pretty green yet, and I'm thinking we're gonna try and do a little Endgrain turning. Because this is wet, I think we're gonna turn it thin, see what happens. Other than that, don't really know which way this is gonna go, but let's see if we can make something cool out of this. So we're gonna try and push through this one, cut it nice and thin, in hopes that we can get it stable and dry enough. But, you know, anything can happen. Let's give it a shot. bringing you guys in with what I'm working with here. It would appear I am my own worst enemy. I like the way this base has kind of formed out. I don't know if I'll leave it as big, but I like the size, I like the shapes of it. I think it works. But problem with that is the rest of this is going to be turned pretty thin. And if I don't turn this base equally as thin, it will for sure split. Not only that, I'm quite a ways off the spindle for hollowing, which means I'm going to have to leave a very, very long plug as we go and try and hollow this out. So I don't know how this is going to work out moving forward. I really need a steady rest somewhere out in here. I don't have one for this machine built yet, so we're gonna have to do the old adapt and overcome routine, and I guess I'm gonna start hollowing and just try and get as much weight out of this piece as possible so that hopefully we can finish hollow without the assistance of our tailstock, which is gonna be tricky. Well, bear with me. Let's see what we can make out of this. All right. Alright guys, so getting close-ish to my final thickness on the rim here, but before we go ahead and break this core out, I'm thinking I'm gonna thin the bottom of this out a little bit. Also thinking I got some crap on the lines. Thinking I'm gonna thin the bottom of this out. We're gonna get all the outside work finished up. Probably make this base a little bit smaller. And then eventually I'm gonna have to break this core off and try and figure out some deep hollowing stuff in there and get the bottom of it. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna try and thin this out a little bit more at the base, make this a little smaller, and there we go from there. Alright, back to working this rim. I'm scared about what I just did to myself. This is not a very good setup. So, I'm gonna get back to working this rim and just do as much work as we can while having this center support. Don't do this. This is not a good way to do this. It's definitely not a good way to do this. Steady rest would be ideal. Soon. Moment of truth. Ah, you're kidding me. Okay. Well, guys, it would appear I fought the log, but the log won. Really comes as no surprise. I really stacked the odds against myself on this one. This was juicy wet, and I just tried to see if I could do a quick run through with it, turning it thin. I think we're down to about a 1/4 inch wall thickness, something like that. All in all, I'm surprised it's not worse than it is. But once I realized that crack was forming and I couldn't fight it, I just let it hang out here on the lathe for a while until it would finish its drying process, and well, there we are. So we're at about 8% moisture content now, and I can get back to work on this thing. So time to engage the old adapt and overcome routine. I think first of all, I'm just going to get this re-rounded. Obviously, our base expanded here. And then once I get that done, we'll find a way to make this here a feature instead of trying to hide a problem. So let's see what we can come up with. It's done. Let's go check it out. Alright guys, well, took a while to get here, but we made it. I am thoroughly impressed, obviously, with the color and the figuring that comes along with red cedar. Unmatched beauty. It can be a bit tricky to work with, as we learned, but most of that being my fault. As far as the copper inlay on the crack, very, very happy with that. I do think that it not even a problem anymore. I typically get pretty upset when pieces crack, but I am digging the look of that. And we did some brass on an oak piece. I think the copper was the way to go on here. I think it blends very nicely. I would like to know what you guys think about this one. I will leave you slow rollers at the end as usual, but please feel free to let me know what you guys think. I know it's kind of an odd form. Freestyled that one. I like it. I kind of walked myself into a corner when we ended up with like a 9-inch plug holding it all together, but we made it. And you know, all the fingers are still attached. I still got all the limbs. In other news, we got a new sticker on the board. The two Gurgies, father-daughter woodworking duo out of Minnesota. Thank you guys for sending that along. Truly do appreciate that. What else is going on? Yeah, sorry it's been a while since I got a video out. This one kind of hung out on the lathe for a couple of weeks while I was doing some work, getting some tooling put together. Still working hard on that, and I'm considering doing a live stream to talk tools with some of you guys. If any of y'all would be interested in that, please leave your thoughts in the comments. Maybe we can get something set up. Moving along with designs, trying to solve niche problems with some good quality tooling made right here in the US of A. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna be doing moving forward. And yeah, just give me your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. If you like this video, smash that like button. It certainly helps a lot for us little guys trying to make it into the algorithm. Other than that, love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.